Staying accountable and not eating shitty foods when you're trying to reverse type 2 diabetes or even manage it is very difficult at some points. And that's why I use this device right here that I want to talk about today. That is, you basically, you don't need a coach. You, if you are sitting there and you are just binging and you're like, I've got to eat a cookie, I want to drink, I want to partake in the party, and you're losing your mind and you just can't have any self control. I have found that this device here completely eradicates that, at least for me, and that's what I want to talk about today. So today is June 22nd of 2025, and this is day 549 that I have been type 2 diabetes free. And welcome to the type 2 diabetes brotherhood, my brothers. So it's called the CGM, aka a blood sugar monitor, a continuous glucose monitor. It it gives you updates every 5 minutes, 24/7. So it's always showing you what's going on with your blood sugars at all times and never stops. Does it ever fail? Sometimes, yes, you have to dial it in. You have to use a glucometer to get it to regulate or to calibrate to a more refined outcome. But other than that, this thing is definitely on me 24/7. I've been wearing it since the beginning once I got type 2 diabetes, and this is the most powerful tool that's helped me to reverse type 2 diabetes. But I took my A1C actually, by the way, which is approximately or exactly at 4.64 right now as of June 22, 2025. But every time that I eat something, in this over a year and a half, you have a tendency to want to take a look and see what's happened, right? Especially if you eat something new. When I first started out, it was like, okay, I was just kind of in the dark, just kind of trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. So it was very interesting and fascinating for me to keep a log and to keep an eye on stuff. This is how I figured out what to eat, what not to eat. But the thing I found, the experience over a year and a half now, is that it can become quite obsessive sometimes where you're just checking it all day, just kind of like if you're on social media and you're one of your favorite broadcasts, one of your favorite YouTube people, right, is posted something new and you want to see if there's something going on, you're constantly checking. So it's kind of the same way with the CGM, the continuous glucose monitor. And what I have found, yesterday's show, I was talking about how I went to a wedding and everybody's drinking. There's pastries, cakes, there's sodas, candy, everything that you can imagine, right? A smorgasbord is food that I know is going to blow up my blood sugar. But I found the accountability issue is very simple because every time I do go out and eat something, which is very rare, like sushi, I can't help but to look like, where is my blood sugar going, right? How high is it actually going to spike? Is it going to go to 150, 200, 300, right? Never really hit 200, I don't think, ever, but I have gotten to like close to it. So when I think about people who are struggling, all you need for accountability and for a coach, I mean, this is the future of type 2 diabetes management, type 2 diabetes reversal, because as you eat those foods, you're most likely, I don't know about all of you, but you're probably going to want to check and see. And it's so simple. You can literally just pick up your phone and be like, oh, okay, one glance. So as you start to see those blood sugars skyrocketing, this is what has kept me in place by just taking a look at it every single time that I eat something. So if you're struggling, I think that this is what's going to keep you in line. This is where you don't need someone following you around 24 fucking 7, managing a referee, right? A coach, hey, don't do this, don't do that. It pretty much snitches on you. And if you're willing to accept it, if you're willing to look at it and see those blood sugar spikes and those dips. And one thing you're going to find is that when your blood sugar goes high from eating lots of carbohydrates or something you shouldn't have, you're going to feel that high energy. And just like a roller coaster, you're going to crash back down and you're going to notice how you start feeling very tired, weak, lethargic, even hungrier, right? So this is what's going to, you can literally see this in real time. It's almost like, if you think about it, like consider this screen a graph. Normal is in the center here, right? And when you eat something that spikes your blood sugar, it goes way up here, and you're high as a kite, right? Just like any kind of inebriation. Let's just say it that way to keep it kosher for the kids here at YouTube. But when it comes back down, you come way back down here, and you notice how you're crashing. Well, if you keep doing this, you'll start to see the patterns. Wow, I feel great. I feel like shit. I feel great. I feel like shit. But you're going to find out that you feel really, really great when you stay in the center. You want it to wave like this. You don't want this up and downs. It reminds me of being on the ocean, trying to have a great day of fishing, right? And the waves are bouncing you up and down and up and down till you get sick, seasick, or you just don't feel, if you don't get sick, you just feel a little wobbly and it's not the most pleasant. Whereas if you went on a day which is more placid and more even, you have a really nice, fun day, right? You're able to walk on the deck without having to hold your balance very much. And that's pretty much how you'll see your day. And I've noticed this by eating more proteins and healthy fats, that you're going to get this small wave of influxes of ups and downs in your blood sugars. And you're going to notice your energy is far more sustained. Guys, I don't even drink coffee. I don't really do any stimulants at all. And I notice I wake up and I've got clean energy. And, to put it in perspective, I'm probably, I think March 17th, 1976 when I was born. I'm almost 50 years old. I feel like I'm 20. Like I've got super energy. I'm gaining muscle. I feel terrific. And I noticed from keeping myself within that range, within the normal range, not riding the roller coaster of blood sugars, this is what's helped me lose weight, create great energy in myself, having great, fantastic days, feeling great, thinking great. And I want to give you guys a secret tip, which a lot of people don't know. And this is fucking powerful because insulin is the fat storing hormone. Once insulin spikes, it shuts off all fat burning in your body. In fact, it starts to store fat. So a lot of people have become savvy that if you just don't spike your blood sugar, again, let's pretend this screen is a graph for your continuous glucose monitor. If you don't pop up past the 120 milligrams per deciliter, or just, you stay within range, you don't go too far up, maybe 125, 130. But if you can stick between 80 milligrams per deciliter and 120, you're literally going to see the fat start burning off your body. It's that simple. There's no calorie counting. Eat until you're full, right? Stop snacking. All of these things are going to show on the graph. You will actually start to lose weight. That's how I lost just under 50 pounds. I didn't do any hard cardio. I am a roofing contractor by trade though, so I got to kind of get that out there. That's very physically demanding. But I had a lot of slow time. It wasn't like I was just pumping, you know, energy every single day. Pretty much what I did is did a 30-minute walk, a fast walk where I can still have a conversation, not to where I'm completely out of breath, and literally just don't spike my blood sugar. It's that simple. Because I think us as type 2 diabetics, especially if you're a father, if you're a single father like me, or single woman, what have you, running a business or working a job 9 to 5, you have kids, there's just so much shit we got to do. And literally, you don't have to sit here and complicate things by counting calories. But the one thing I will say is that you want to practice intermittent fasting, which I don't have time to go in detail today. But you just got to eliminate snacking. Like try eating 1 meal a day. Try eating 2 meals a day. At max, eat 3 meals a day. If you're going to have a snack, which is not completely outlawed in my way of doing things, have the snack right after you have the food. So say you have, and try to do this at breakfast or lunch. Make breakfast a very large, right? King. Breakfast should be king, lunch should be queen, and peasant should be dinner, the least amount there. But if you are going to snack and have something, say like my peanut butter chocolate protein balls that I just made the other day, have that right after breakfast or right after dinner. In fact, some of the meals I come up with on Adrian the Recovered Diabetic channel, they're pretty much the snacks. They're a meal. Like they're packed with protein. Like my protein peanut butter chocolate protein balls are like 40, 50 grams of protein in them. But have that right after you have your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner. So yeah, guys, if you're struggling with eating shitty foods and trying to stay in line, a continuous glucose monitor is what's going to do it for you, because it's going to follow you. It's stuck to you. It's going to follow you around, and you're not going to be able to help but keep checking in on it to say, well, hell, I wonder what this soda did to me, right? I wonder what this beer did to me, or this pizza. And I think that this is a very powerful tool for you to be independent and to train yourself to not fall off the wagon, because it's so easy. I know how hard it is for you guys, right? For me, I've just made the decision, I'm not going to do this anymore. I talk a lot about this, about habits. There's a really awesome book called Atomic Habits, and it takes, I think, 66 days, I think it was, to form a habit. So once you decide to do something right, if you practice it 66 days in a row, it's average, not like it's going to work for everybody. Some people may be sooner, but on average, 66 days. If you told yourself at, I don't know, noon every single fucking day, I'm going to drink a glass of water, and you do that, it slowly starts to become a habit where you don't even think about it anymore. So just like me going to the wedding, never once did I think, oh my God, I got to go run to the bathroom, close my eyes, plug my ears. No, 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 I don't want to eat the cake, right? I want to drink. None of that. It's pretty much ingrained in my head, but I think that I have to attribute it to the continuous glucose monitor, because every time I do have a treat day on myself where I'll have sushi or something like that, I'm just, I'm glued to the CGM. I'm looking at it. What the hell? How high is this going to go today? So if you are struggling, this is what's going to help you. Now, mine runs about $6 a day. I don't have an affiliate program with it. I am working on it to get you guys a better deal, but it is one of the few that you can calibrate. Hopefully that'll come soon. But yeah, if you guys really want to do this and you want to get serious, consider a continuous glucose monitor. Then you won't need anybody. And it goes far beyond not just eating shitty foods. You're going to learn so much about your health, about stress, about sleep. Anytime you have something off in your body, or in your day-to-day life, eating certain foods or whatnot, it's all going to show up, and you are going to learn a ton. And guys, I know $6 is expensive, but this is the future of your life. This is $6 a day, and it doesn't have to be forever. Like me, I don't even have to wear this thing anymore. I do it because of my food channel, Adrian the Recovered Diabetic, also on here to show you guys that I am who I say I am. I'm doing what I'm doing. I live it, right? And I learned so much. You don't have to have it forever. I would say at the minimum, a good 90 days, like 3 months, if you really want to get your shit together to figure out what to eat and how your body's functioning with different foods, stress, sleep, exercise, and all that. But ideally, I would say for probably about a good 6 months to a year would be great, because you're going to learn so much. And once you're done, right? You don't have to wear this forever. So consider it. Ask me questions, guys. That's what I'm here for. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Um, you know, this is, this is the future. I really needed to get this message out here today, because I know this is going to help you. This is not a bullshit gimmick. Take a look at my videos. See what I've done. I've actually I've taken it to the level where I gave myself an A1C of 6.0, which is pre-diabetic, just to see if I can get it back down. And I did. And it's all thanks to the continuous glucose monitor. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.